The red lights flashed across the medical station like angry eyes in the darkness. Dr. Hyun-woo Kim looked up from his desk where he had been writing his daily reports. The alarm sounds filled the air with sharp beeping noises that made his heart beat faster. He was tired. It had been a long day at Harmony's Light Medical Station. The station floated in space above a planet called Kepler 442b. Many different alien species came here when they needed medical help. Hyun-woo had been working here for 3 years now. He was one of only 12 humans on the whole station. The emergency doors opened with a loud whoosh sound. A creature rushed into the medical bay. Hyun-woo had never seen anything like it before. The being looked like it was made of living glass. Light moved through its body like water flowing through crystal tubes. It was beautiful and scary at the same time. The creature held something small in its arms. Hyun-woo could see it was a baby. The baby creature was even more beautiful than its parent. It looked like a tiny star wrapped in moonlight. But something was very wrong. The baby was not moving much. Its light was getting weaker and weaker. "Please help me," the glass creature said. Its voice sounded like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. "My baby is dying. She cannot breathe properly. The other doctors say there is nothing they can do." Hyun-woo stood up quickly. His chair rolled backward and hit the wall. He had been a children's doctor for 15 years before coming to space. He knew the look of a parent who was losing their child. It was the same on every species he had ever met. "What is your name?" Hyun-woo asked as he walked closer. He kept his voice calm and gentle. "I am Velthara," the creature said. "This is my daughter, Silara. She was born 3 days ago. Since then, she has been getting sicker and sicker. She cannot take in the gases she needs to live." More footsteps echoed in the hallway. Dr. Zeftal walked into the room. He was the chief medical officer of the station. Zeftal looked like a tall blue tree with many arms. His species was called the Ixians. They were known for being very smart and very careful about following rules. Behind Zeftal came Dr. Cornelia. She was from the Andromeda galaxy. Her people looked like humans, but with silver skin and 3 eyes. She was the best surgeon on the station. Everyone said she could fix anything. "Velthara," Dr. Zeftal said in his deep voice. "I told you we have tried everything. Your daughter has a genetic problem that we cannot fix. Her crystal lung structures are not working correctly. This is beyond our medical knowledge." Velthara's light flickered like a candle in the wind. "But you said humans sometimes do impossible things. You said they think differently than other species." Dr. Cornelia shook her silver head. "Human medicine works on carbon-based life forms. Your people are silicon-based. Your daughter's lungs are made of living crystal. No human has ever treated a Velkari before." Hyun-woo looked at the baby in Velthara's arms. Little Silara was so small and fragile. Her crystal body was slowly losing its shine. He could see tiny cracks forming along her chest, where her lungs should be working. "How long does she have?" Hyun-woo asked. "Maybe 6 hours," Dr. Zeftal said. "Maybe less. The crystal structures in her lungs are breaking down. Soon they will collapse completely." Velthara made a sound like breaking glass. It was the sound of a parent crying. "She is all I have left. My mate died in the war. My family line will end with me if she does not survive. Please, Dr. Kim. I have heard stories about your people. They say humans never give up when someone needs help." Hyun-woo felt his heart growing heavy. He wanted to help, but he knew nothing about Velkari medicine. How could he save a baby made of living crystal when he had only ever worked with human children? "Let me examine her," he said quietly. Dr. Zeftal's blue branches moved in what Hyun-woo knew was worry. "Human, this is not wise. You could make things worse." "Things are already as bad as they can be," Hyun-woo replied. He held out his hands toward Velthara. "May I hold her?" Velthara hesitated for a moment. Then she slowly placed her baby daughter into Hyunwoo's arms. The little crystal being was warm to touch. Her light pulsed weakly like a dying star. Hyunwoo could feel tiny vibrations running through her body. They felt wrong somehow. Broken. "Tell me about how your people breathe," Hyunwoo said as he carefully examined the baby. "We do not breathe like you do," Velthara explained. "We take in gases through crystal formations in our chest. The crystals vibrate at special frequencies. This breaks down the gases into what we need to live. But Silara's crystals are not vibrating correctly. They are too weak." Hyunwoo listened carefully. He looked at the baby's chest through a medical scanner. He could see the crystal structures inside her tiny body. They looked like broken glass windows. Some pieces were missing. Other pieces were cracked. "We have tried everything," Dr. Cornelia said. "We used nanosurgery to repair the cracks. We gave her mineral supplements to strengthen the crystals. We even tried growing new crystal structures in the laboratory. Nothing worked. The problem is genetic," Dr. Zeftal added. "It cannot be fixed with current medical technology." Hyunwoo continued to hold the baby. Something about her reminded him of the premature human babies he used to treat back on Earth. They were also very fragile. They also had trouble with their lungs. But human doctors had found ways to help them grow stronger. "What if we think about this differently?" Hyunwoo said slowly. "What do you mean?" Velthara asked. Hope flickered in her crystalline eyes. "What if we do not try to fix what is broken? What if we help her grow new structures that work better?" Dr. Zeftal's branches rustled with doubt. "Human, you are talking about changing Velkari biology. This has never been done before." "Maybe that is exactly why it might work," Hyunwoo said. He looked down at baby Silara. Her light was getting even weaker. Time was running out fast. He made a decision that would change everything. "I want to try something, but I will need help from my human colleagues. This is very dangerous," Dr. Cornelia warned. "Doing nothing is more dangerous," Hyunwoo replied. He looked directly at Velthara. "I cannot promise this will work, but I can promise I will not give up on your daughter." Velthara's entire body glowed brighter for a moment. "Then please try, Dr. Kim. Please save my little star." Dr. Hyunwoo Kim carried baby Silara to the main examination room. Her crystal body felt lighter than a human baby, but warmer than he expected. The tiny being's light pulsed weakly against his chest. Each pulse seemed slower than the last. 1. "Computer, call Nurse Dalho Park and Dr. Yunbi Choi to Examination Room 3 immediately," Hyunwoo said to the station's voice system. "Emergency medical assistance requested," the computer replied in its calm electronic voice. Doctor Zeftal followed them into the room. His blue branches swayed with worry. "Human, you must understand what you are attempting. No carbon-based species has ever successfully treated silicon-based physiology. Our medical databases contain no records of such procedures." Hyunwoo placed Silara on the examination table very gently. The table's sensors immediately began scanning her tiny body. Holographic images appeared in the air showing her internal structure. The crystal formations in her chest looked like a broken cathedral made of glass. "Look at this," Hyunwoo said, pointing to the floating images. "These crystal structures are not just cracked. They are not vibrating at the right frequency. It's like a musical instrument that is badly out of tune." Dr. Cornelia entered the room with her silver skin reflecting the medical lights. "We have already tried frequency adjustment therapy. The crystals will not respond to our calibration attempts. They are too damaged to hold the proper resonance patterns." The doors opened again, and 2 more humans rushed in. Nurse Dalho Park was a young man who specialized in studying alien biology. He had been working on the station for 2 years. Dr. Yunbi Choi was different from most doctors. She used to be an engineer who worked in crystal mining operations before becoming a medical officer. What do we have? Dalho asked as he looked at the holographic scans. Velkari newborn with critical respiratory crystal failure, Hyun-woo explained quickly. The structures are breaking down faster than they can repair themselves. Yunbi moved closer to examine the scans. Her eyes widened as she studied the crystal formations. These look similar to the damaged crystal matrices I used to see in mining accidents, but much more complex and delicate. Can you fix mining crystals? Velthara asked with desperate hope in her chiming voice. Sometimes, Yunbi said carefully, but mining crystals are simple structures. Your daughter's crystals are living tissue. They grow and change and adapt. They are like nothing I have ever seen before. Dr. Zeftal's three eyes focused on the humans. You see the problem now. Velkari physiology operates on principles that your species does not understand. These crystals must vibrate at 17 different harmonic frequencies simultaneously. They must also filter 12 different atmospheric gases while maintaining perfect structural integrity. Dalho was taking notes on his electronic tablet. What happens in normal Velkari development? How do healthy crystals form? Velthara's light dimmed with sadness. In healthy children, the crystals grow slowly over the first month of life. Parent crystals sing to baby crystals. The vibrations help them learn the correct patterns. But Silara's crystals cannot hold the patterns. They are too weak. She needs time to develop, Hyun-woo said thoughtfully. But the damaged crystals cannot keep her alive long enough for healthy ones to grow. Dr. Cornelia shook her silver head. This is exactly why we declared the case hopeless. The baby needs functional crystals to survive. But the crystals need time to develop properly. It is an impossible situation. Hyun-woo looked down at little Silara. Her breathing was getting more shallow. The cracks in her crystal lungs were spreading like spiderwebs across glass. But something about the pattern reminded him of cases he had seen before. Dalho, show me everything you can find about Velkari reproduction and development, he said. Already. On it, Dalho replied, his fingers moving quickly across his tablet screen. Did you know that Velkari children used to have much higher survival rates? Something changed about 300 years ago. What changed? Velthara asked. Environmental factors, Dalho read from his research. Velkari moved from their original homeworld to colony planets with different atmospheric compositions. The change affected crystal development in newborns. Yunbi was still studying the holographic scans. Wait a minute. These crystal structures are not random. They follow geometric patterns, mathematical sequences. It's like they are trying to build something, but they do not have the right blueprint. What kind of blueprint? Hyun-woo asked. In crystal engineering, we use resonance templates to guide growth patterns. Maybe Velkari crystals need similar guidance systems. Dr. Zeftal's branches rustled with skepticism. You are suggesting that human engineering techniques could replace millions of years of Velkari evolution. This is not logical. Maybe logic is not what we need right now, Hyun-woo said. He picked up Silara again. The baby's light was so weak, he could barely see it. Tell me about her family history, Velthara. My family line is very old, Velthara said proudly despite her fear. We are singers. Our crystals produce the most beautiful harmonic patterns on our homeworld. Silara should have inherited these abilities. She should be able to create music that can heal other Velkari and help plants grow. Musical abilities, Dalho repeated. That means her crystals are designed for complex harmonic production, much more sophisticated than normal respiratory crystals. That explains why standard treatments failed, Yunbi said with growing excitement. We were trying to fix basic crystals. But these are advanced performance crystals. They need completely different support systems. Dr. Cornelia looked confused. I do not understand how this helps. Complex crystals should be easier to repair, not harder. Not if you use the wrong repair methods, Hyun-woo said. It's like trying to fix a concert piano with tools meant for a simple music box. The techniques are completely different. Velthara moved closer to the examination table. Does this mean you can save her? Hyunwoo looked at his human colleagues. Dalho was still researching frantically. Yunbi was making calculations on her tablet. Both of them looked worried, but determined. I think we might have a chance, Hyunwoo said slowly. But it will require doing things that have never been tried before. We will have to combine human medical techniques with Velkari biology in ways that might seem impossible. The medical board will never approve such experimental procedures, Dr. Zeftal warned. Then we do not ask for approval, Hyunwoo replied. We ask for forgiveness later. Silara made a tiny sound like a crystal bell breaking. Her light flickered and almost went out completely. We are running out of time, Velthara whispered. Hyunwoo looked at the alien doctors and then at his human team. Yunbi, how long would it take you to build a resonance template system? For crystals this complex, maybe 4 hours if I work fast. Dalho, can you figure out the exact harmonic patterns healthy Velkari crystals should produce? Give me access to the cultural databases, and I can try. Then let's get started, Hyunwoo said. We have a baby to save. Dr. Hyunwoo Kim watched the clock on the wall tick forward. Baby Silara had been getting weaker for the past 2 hours. Her crystal body barely glowed now. The cracks in her chest were spreading like ice, breaking on a frozen lake. Dalho. Park looked up from his research tablet with tired eyes. I found something important. Healthy Velkari crystals grow in patterns similar to coral reefs on Earth. They build layer by layer using mineral deposits from their environment. Coral reefs, Yunbi Choi repeated thoughtfully. I know about those. Humans have been restoring damaged coral reefs for decades. We use special techniques to help them regrow when they get sick or broken. Hyunwoo felt a spark of hope light up in his chest. What kind of techniques? We create artificial reef structures to support new growth. We also use sonic frequencies to encourage healthy development, and we provide carefully balanced mineral solutions to feed the growing coral. Dr. Zeftal's blue branches swayed with doubt. You cannot seriously be suggesting that coral restoration techniques could work on Velkari physiology. Why not? Hyunwoo asked. Both systems involve living crystal-like structures that build themselves layer by layer. Both need specific mineral, nutrients. Both respond to environmental frequencies. Velthara moved closer to the examination table where her daughter lay dying. Will this hurt her? No more than she is already hurting, Hyunwoo said gently. Right now her crystals are trying to repair themselves, but they do not have the support they need. We want to give them that support. The examination room doors opened and a young woman entered. She was So-Min Lee, a communications technician who worked in the station's signal processing department. She carried several pieces of electronic equipment. Dalho sent me a message saying you needed help with frequency generation, So-Min said. I brought some of my audio processing gear. Yunbi looked at So-Min's equipment with interest. Can your systems produce precise harmonic frequencies? Sure. I can generate any sound pattern you want. I usually use this stuff to clean up communications, signals from different alien species. Each species has their own frequency ranges and harmonic signatures. Show me what Velkari communications sound like, Hyunwoo requested. So-Min connected her equipment to the station's cultural database. Beautiful chiming sounds filled the room. The tones were complex and layered, like a symphony played on crystal. Bells. But more importantly, baby Silara responded to the sounds. Her dim light flickered slightly brighter. Her crystals are trying to resonate with the frequencies, Dalho observed excitedly. Look at the medical scanners. Her chest crystals are attempting to vibrate in harmony with the audio patterns. Dr. Cornelia studied the scanner readings with her 3 silver eyes. This is remarkable. The damaged crystals are responding to external harmonic stimulation. but they still cannot maintain stable resonance patterns. That is because they need structural support while they heal, Yunbi explained. In coral restoration, we provide artificial frameworks that dissolve away as the coral grows stronger. Maybe we can do something similar for crystal structures. Hyunwoo picked up Sil-Ara very carefully. The baby felt even lighter than before, as if she was slowly fading away. But when Somin played the Velkari harmonic patterns, Sil-Ara's breathing became slightly more regular. "What materials could we use for temporary crystal supports?" he asked Yunbi. "I have been thinking about that. The mining industry uses dissolvable crystal matrices for temporary structural work. They hold their shape for a few days and then break down into harmless minerals that get absorbed by the surrounding crystals." "Do we have those materials on the station?" Velthara asked hopefully. "I can synthesize them in the engineering laboratory," Yunbi replied. "But I need to know the exact specifications for Velkari crystal growth patterns." Dalho was already working on his tablet again. "I am cross-referencing healthy Velkari lung scans with damaged coral reef restoration data. The patterns are amazingly similar. I think I can create a template that combines both sets of information." Somin adjusted her audio equipment. "While you work on that, I can map out the harmonic frequencies that make Sil-Ara respond most strongly. We can use those as guide tones during the healing process." Dr. Zeftal watched the humans work with growing amazement. "You are approaching this problem from directions that never occurred to our medical staff. We focused on repairing existing structures. You are planning to rebuild them completely using principles from entirely different fields of study. That is how humans solve problems," Hyunwoo said as he monitored Sil-Ara's vital signs. "We do not think inside boxes. We find connections between things that seem unrelated." "Is this why other species say humans are unpredictable?" Velthara asked. "Maybe," Dalho replied with a small smile. "We see patterns where others see chaos. We find hope where others see impossibility." The next hour passed quickly as the human team worked together. Yunbi designed crystal support structures based on coral restoration techniques. Somin created a library of harmonic patterns that encouraged healthy crystal growth. Dalho researched Velkari biology to understand how their healing processes worked. "I think we have a plan," Hyunwoo announced finally. "But it is completely experimental. No one has ever tried anything like this before." "Explain it to me," Velthara requested. "First, we use Somin's harmonic frequencies to stimulate Sil-Ara's damaged crystals. This will encourage them to start growing again. Second, we place Yunbi's support structures around the damaged areas. These will hold the crystals in the correct shapes while they heal. Third, we provide a steady supply of mineral nutrients to feed the growing crystals." Dr. Cornelia looked skeptical. "What if the crystals grow too fast? What if they grow in the wrong directions? What if the support structures cause toxic reactions?" "Those are all risks," Hyunwoo admitted. "But doing nothing is certain death. Taking risks gives us a chance to save her life." Velthara's crystalline body glowed with determination. "I want you to try. My daughter deserves every chance to live." "Procedure will take many hours," Yunbi warned, "and we will need to monitor her constantly. If anything goes wrong, we may have to stop immediately." "I understand," Velthara said. "When can we begin?" Hyunwoo looked at his team. Dalho nodded confidently. Yunbi checked her equipment one final time. Somin tested her audio systems to make sure everything was working perfectly. "We can start as soon as the crystal support materials are ready," Hyunwoo said. "Give me 30 minutes," Yunbi replied as she headed toward the door. As the human engineer left to prepare their experimental materials, Hyunwoo continued to hold baby Sil-Ara. The tiny crystal being was running out of time. But for the first time since this crisis began, he felt like they might actually have a real chance to save her life. "Hold on, little star," he whispered to the dying baby. "Help is coming." The surgical bay buzzed with nervous energy. Dr. Hyun-Woo Kim had never performed surgery on a crystal-based life form before. His hands were steady, but his heart was beating fast. Baby Silara lay on the operating table, her light so dim, it was almost invisible. Dr. Tae-Young Nam entered the room carrying specialized monitoring equipment. He was the station's human anesthesiologist, an expert at keeping patients stable during surgery. His job today would be completely different from anything he had done before. "How do we keep a crystal baby unconscious during surgery?" Tae-Young asked as he set up his equipment. "Velkari do not lose consciousness the same way humans do," Velthara explained. "But you can slow down their bioelectrical field. This will make them feel calm and reduce pain sensations, like dimming an electric light instead of turning it off," Tae-Young said thoughtfully. "I can work with that concept." Yoonbi Choi returned from the engineering laboratory carrying a small container filled with what looked like liquid starlight. "The crystal support matrix is ready. It will remain solid for exactly 72 hours before dissolving into harmless minerals." So Min Lee had connected her audio equipment to the surgical bay's sound system. Gentle harmonic frequencies filled the air, making everyone feel slightly more peaceful. Baby Silara's light flickered weakly in response to the sounds. "Her crystals are trying to resonate," Dalho Park observed from his monitoring station, "but they are too damaged to maintain proper frequency patterns." Dr. Zeftal and Dr. Cornelia watched from the observation area above the surgical bay. Neither of them believed the human plan would work, but they were curious to see what would happen. "Beginning bioelectrical field adjustment," Tae-Young announced. He activated a device that sent gentle electrical pulses through Silara's crystal body. The baby's erratic light patterns became slower and more regular. "Field stabilized," he reported. "Patient is calm and pain responses are minimized." Hyun-Woo picked up a medical scanner and examined Silara's chest crystals one more time. The cracks had spread even further in the past hour. Some sections were completely shattered. It looked hopeless. "Yoon-bi, place the first support structure around the central crystal formation," he instructed. Yoon-bi used delicate surgical tools to position the liquid crystal matrix around Silara's most damaged lung crystals. The material flowed like honey, but hardened into a precise geometric framework within seconds. "Somin, begin harmonic stimulation sequence 1, Hyun-Woo continued. Beautiful chiming sounds filled the surgical bay. The frequencies were based on healthy Velkari crystal resonance patterns that Dalho had discovered in his research. As the sounds played, something amazing began to happen. Tiny sparkles of light appeared inside Silara's chest. Her damaged crystals were trying to grow and repair themselves. The crystal support structures guided the growth into proper shapes and patterns. "It is working," Velthara whispered from where she stood near the surgical table. "I can see new crystal formations beginning to develop." But then something went wrong. The crystal growth suddenly accelerated beyond safe levels. New formations sprouted rapidly in all directions. The support structures began to strain under the pressure of expanding crystals. "Growth rate is 2 high," Dalho called out urgently. "The crystals are going to shatter from internal pressure." "Reduce harmonic frequency intensity by 30%, Hyun-Woo ordered. "Frequency reduced," Somin replied. But the runaway crystal growth continued. Dr. Zeftal's voice came through the intercom from the observation area. "You must stop the procedure immediately. The patient is in critical danger." "No," Hyun-Woo said firmly. "We can fix this." He remembered treating human premature babies who had similar problems with rapid lung development. Sometimes their lungs grew too fast and created dangerous pressure buildup. The solution was to provide gentle external support to slow down the growth process. "Tae-Young, can you create a bioelectrical field that applies gentle pressure to the crystal structures?" he asked. "I can try," Tae-Young replied, "but I have never attempted bioelectrical pressure control on crystalline tissue before." "Use the same principles as human lung pressure support," Hyun-Woo suggested. "Think of it as creating a gentle electrical blanket that holds everything in place." Tae-young adjusted his equipment and began generating a new type of electrical field around Silara's chest. The rapidly growing crystals began to slow their expansion rate. Pressure stabilizing, Dalho reported. Crystal growth is returning to normal levels. Maintaining harmonic stimulation, So-min added. The resonance patterns are becoming more stable. For the next 6 hours, the human team worked together to guide Silara's crystal repair process. Each time a problem developed, they found creative solutions based on their experience with human medicine. When some crystals grew in the wrong direction, Yunbi repositioned the support structures to guide them back on track. When harmonic frequencies became unstable, So-min adjusted the audio patterns. When bioelectrical fields fluctuated, Tae-young fine-tuned his pressure control systems. "This is remarkable," Dr. Cornelia observed from the viewing area. "They are adapting their techniques in real time based on the patient's responses. Human medicine is very flexible," Dr. Zeftal admitted reluctantly. "They change their approach when conditions change instead of following rigid protocols." As the hours passed, Silara's condition slowly improved. The new crystal formations were growing strong and healthy. The support structures held everything in perfect alignment. The harmonic frequencies encouraged proper resonance patterns. Bioelectrical fields are stabilizing across all major crystal groups, Tae-young reported. "Harmonic resonance is approaching normal Velkari parameters," So-min added. "Crystal density and structural integrity are both within acceptable ranges," Yunbi confirmed. But Hyun-woo was not satisfied yet. "Dalho, compare her current crystal patterns to healthy adult Velkari." Dalho studied his scanner readings carefully. "The new crystals are actually more complex than normal. They show the advanced harmonic capabilities that should be present in her family genetic line." "What does that mean?" Velthara asked. "It means the procedure did not just save her life," Hyun-woo explained. "It helped her develop the special singing abilities she inherited from your family." 12 hours after the surgery began, baby Silara took her first proper breath. Her chest crystals resonated with beautiful harmonic frequencies that filled the surgical bay with ethereal music. Her light grew brighter and steadier than it had ever been since her birth. "Crystal lung function is now completely normal," Dalho announced with joy in his voice. "Bioelectrical fields are stable and healthy," Tae-young confirmed. "All support structures are holding perfectly," Yunbi reported. "Harmonic patterns are beautiful and complex," So-min added with wonder. Velthara's crystalline body blazed with happiness and relief. "She is going to live. My daughter is going to live." Hyun-woo carefully picked up baby Silara. The tiny crystal being was warm and bright in his arms. Her light pulsed with strong, regular rhythms. The musical sounds coming from her chest were the most beautiful thing he had ever heard. "Welcome to the universe, little Silara," he whispered gently. "You are going to do amazing things." From the observation area, Dr. Zeftal and Dr. Cornelia watched in stunned silence. The humans had achieved what their advanced medical technology could not accomplish. They had saved a life that everyone else had declared beyond hope. The impossible had become possible through human determination, creativity, and refusal to give up when someone needed help. Baby Silara's first breath as a healthy child filled the surgical bay with sounds like silver bells dancing in starlight. Her crystal body glowed with pure, steady light that made everyone in the room feel peaceful and happy. The harmonic frequencies coming from her tiny chest were more beautiful than any music Hyun-woo had ever heard. Velthara reached out with trembling, crystalline hands to touch her daughter. "She sounds perfect. Her song is exactly as it should be for our family line." Dr. Zeftal entered the surgical bay with his blue branches moving in what Hyun-woo had learned was amazement. "The bio readings are extraordinary. Her crystal lung structures are not just healthy, they are superior to normal Velkari development." Superior how? Dalho Park asked as he continued monitoring the baby's vital signs. The harmonic complexity is remarkable, Zeftal explained. Most Velkari can produce 12 basic resonance patterns. Baby Silara's crystals are already generating 17 different harmonic frequencies. As she grows older, she may be capable of sound combinations that no Velkari has achieved in centuries. Dr. Cornelia walked over to examine the medical scans with her 3 silver eyes. I must admit that I was wrong about human medical capabilities. Your techniques have achieved results that our most advanced technology could not accomplish. How? Did you know this would work? She asked Hyunwoo. I did not know, he replied honestly. But I believed it was possible. Sometimes belief is more important than knowledge when you are trying to save a life. So-Min Lee was still monitoring her audio equipment. The harmonic patterns are stabilizing beautifully. Her crystals are learning to resonate together in perfect harmony. Yunbi Choi checked the crystal support structures one more time. The temporary frameworks are holding exactly as designed. They will dissolve gradually over the next 3 days as her natural crystals grow stronger. What happens during those 3 days? Velthara asked with concern. We monitor her constantly, Hyunwoo explained, but I expect her recovery to be smooth and steady. The hardest part is over. Dr. Tae-Young Nam was carefully reducing the bioelectrical field support. Her natural electrical patterns are taking over. I can remove the artificial field controls within the next hour. As the medical team worked to stabilize Silara's condition, word of the successful surgery spread throughout the space station. Medical officers from dozens of different species came to observe the unprecedented procedure results. A tall reptilian doctor from the Draconis system arrived first. Is it true that humans saved a Velkari child using coral restoration techniques? She asked with skepticism in her voice. See for yourself, Dalho replied, showing her the before and after medical scans. Complete crystal lung reconstruction using modified human engineering principles. An insectoid medical researcher from the hive worlds studied the surgical records with compound eyes that sparkled with interest. The frequency modulation techniques are brilliant. We never considered using audio patterns to guide crystal growth. Audio patterns are very important in human medicine, So-Min explained. We use sound waves for many healing purposes: ultrasound therapy, harmonic resonance treatment, musical therapy for emotional healing. More alien doctors arrived throughout the day. Each one was amazed by the human approach to seemingly impossible medical problems. They asked detailed questions about every aspect of the procedure. Why did you combine techniques from so many different fields? Asked a gaseous being from the Nebula Confederacy. Because the problem required solutions from multiple areas of knowledge, Hyunwoo replied. Medical knowledge alone was not enough. We needed engineering skills, audio technology, biological research, and creative thinking. This is very different from our medical traditions, observed a crystalline healer from the Silicon Consortium. We specialize in single areas of expertise. You generalize across many disciplines. That is the human way, Yunbi said proudly. We do not see boundaries between different types of knowledge. Everything is connected if you look for the patterns. By evening, baby Silara was strong enough to be moved to a regular recovery room. Her crystal body glowed with healthy light, and her harmonic songs filled the air with beautiful melodies. She looked like a tiny star that had learned to sing. Dr. Mi-Kyung Yoon arrived to begin developing a long-term care plan. She was a human specialist in child development who had experience with many alien species. Growing up with human-influenced crystal structures may give her unique abilities, she told Velthara. What kind of abilities? The Velkari parent asked. Enhanced, harmonic range, improved resonance control, possibly even the ability to communicate with other crystal-based life forms across species barriers. Pharmacist Junho Seo brought specialized mineral supplements designed specifically for Silara's recovery needs. These are based on human pediatric nutrition principles, but adapted for Velkari crystal metabolism, he explained. Will she need special care as she grows up? Velthara asked. Some modifications to standard Velkari childcare, Mikyung replied, but nothing difficult. Her enhanced crystal structures may actually make her healthier and stronger than typical children. As night fell on the space station, Hyunwoo sat quietly in Silara's recovery room. The baby slept peacefully while her crystals continued to sing soft lullabies. Velthara rested nearby, her own crystalline body dim with exhaustion, but bright with happiness. Dr. Kim, Velthara said softly, why did you and your people work so hard to save my daughter? She is not human. Her survival does not benefit your species. Hyunwoo thought about the question for a moment. Because she needed help and we could provide it. That is reason enough. Is this why other species respect humans despite your relatively simple technology? Velthara asked. Maybe, Hyunwoo replied. We do not help others because we expect rewards. We help because it is the right thing to do. My people will remember what you have done here, Velthara promised. The story of how humans saved the last child of the Singer bloodline will be told for generations. The next morning brought exciting news. The Intergalactic Medical Council had requested detailed reports on the surgical procedure. Medical schools across the galaxy wanted to study human cross-species treatment techniques. You have started something important, Dr. Zeftal told Hyunwoo during morning rounds. Medical institutions everywhere are asking for human consultants to help with impossible cases. Just doing our job? Hyunwoo replied modestly. No, Zeftal corrected. You did much more than your job. You proved that impossible problems sometimes have possible solutions. You just have to be willing to think differently about them. Baby Silara continued to grow stronger each hour. Her crystal songs became more complex and beautiful. Her light grew brighter and more steady. By the third day, she was healthy enough to begin the journey home to Velkari space. She will be the most gifted singer our people have had in 3 centuries, Velthara said proudly as she prepared to leave the station. Send us updates on her progress, Dalho requested. We would love to know how she develops. I will do more than that, Velthara promised. I will make sure every Velkari knows that humans are friends to our people. You have given us hope for the future. As the Velkari transport ship departed, Hyunwoo watched from the station's observation deck. The ship's lights disappeared into the star field, carrying little Silara toward her new life among her own people. But the real miracle was just beginning to unfold across the galaxy. 6 months after baby Silara left Harmony's Light Medical Station, Dr. Hyunwoo Kim received a message that made him smile so widely, his face hurt. The message came with a video recording from Velkari space. On the screen, a healthy baby Silara sat in her mother's crystalline arms. Her light was brilliant and steady. When she made happy baby sounds, beautiful harmonic music filled the air around her. She was growing perfectly. Dr. Kim, Velthara's chiming voice said from the recording. Silara is thriving beyond our greatest hopes. Her crystal songs are already more complex than children twice her age. Our healers say she may become the greatest singer in Velkari history. But that was not the only good news. The message contained an official invitation from the Velkari Confederation government. They wanted human medical advisors to join their healthcare system permanently. Your people have proven that impossible medical cases can have possible solutions. The invitation letter stated, we formally request that human doctors establish treatment centers throughout Velkari space. Hyunwoo shared the news with his colleagues during their morning meeting. Dalho Park was reading messages on his tablet with excitement. I got accepted to the new xenobiology medical program at the Galactic University. 12 other humans are starting the program with me. That program was created because of what we did here, Yoonbi Choi added proudly. They want to train more doctors who can work with non-carbon-based life forms. So Min Lee looked up from her communications equipment. I have been getting requests from medical facilities across 3 galaxy clusters. Everyone wants to learn about harmonic healing techniques. The Intergalactic Medical Council approved funding for the first human-led xenobiology treatment center, Dr. Zeftal announced as he entered the meeting room. It will be built right here on Harmony's light station. Who will run it? Hyun-woo asked. You will, Zeftal replied. The council unanimously voted to make you the director. Over the following months, amazing changes happened throughout the galaxy. Medical student Bo-Ram Kim developed new training programs that taught human doctors how to treat dozens of different alien species. Her courses became the most popular classes in medical schools everywhere. The Crystalline Healers Guild from 17 different worlds sent representatives to study human crystal restoration techniques. They learned that coral reef restoration principles could help many types of crystal-based life forms recover from injuries and diseases. Even more surprising were the requests from non-medical fields. Engineers wanted to learn how humans combined knowledge from different disciplines to solve complex problems. Scientists asked for training in human creative thinking methods. Your species approaches challenges differently than any other, explained Ambassador Thelvarian from the Galactic Science Council. You see connections that we miss. You find hope where we see only impossibility. The new xenobiology treatment center opened 1 year after Silara's surgery. On opening day, patients from 47 different species came seeking help for medical problems that their own people had declared impossible to treat. A young methane breather from the gas giant Federation arrived with lung crystals that had been damaged in an industrial accident. Using modified versions of Silara's treatment, the human medical team restored full respiratory function within a week. Twin silicon spiders from the arachnid worlds came with genetic disorders that prevented their carapaces from hardening properly. Human doctors adapted bone-strengthening techniques to help their exoskeletons develop correctly. An elderly energy being from the Plasma Nebula sought treatment for age-related coherence loss. The human team used harmonic stabilization methods to restore the being's structural integrity and extend their lifespan by several centuries. Each case teaches us something new, Hyun-woo explained to a group of medical students who had come to observe the treatments. We learn by trying things that have never been attempted before. Are you not afraid of making mistakes? Asked a student from the cautious civilization. Of course we are afraid, Dalho replied, but we are more afraid of not trying to help when someone needs us. The most dramatic success came when the entire Silicon Consortium requested human assistance with a plague that was killing their crystal-based children. Human doctors developed a galaxy-wide treatment program that saved millions of young lives using principles learned from Silara's case. Humans have become the most sought-after medical consultants in known space, reported the Galactic Medical Journal. Their success rate with previously impossible cases now exceeds 90%. But the real proof of their impact came in a message that arrived on the 2nd anniversary of Silara's surgery. The message included another video recording from Valkyrie Space. The recording showed a beautiful young Silara, now a healthy toddler who glowed like a small sun. When she sang, her crystal songs created patterns of light that danced through the air. Plants grew more quickly when she sang to them. Other Valkyrie children stopped crying when they heard her voice. Dr. Kim, Velthara said in the recording. Silara speaks her first words now. Would you like to know what she calls you? The camera focused on little Silara's bright crystalline face. In her sweet, chiming voice, she said one word very clearly. Papa. She knows you saved her life, Velthara explained. In our culture, the person who gives life to a child becomes family forever. You are her human father now. Hyun-woo felt tears running down his face as he watched the recording. Tell her that her human papa is very proud of her. The message continued with even more wonderful news. Adult Velkari who had heard Silara's enhanced crystal songs were reporting improved health and emotional well-being. Her unique harmonic abilities were helping to heal not just individuals but entire communities. The gifts you helped her develop are benefiting our whole civilization, Velthera explained. She is becoming exactly what our people hoped she would be, a healer who can restore harmony to our world. 5 years after the surgery, Hyunwoo received his proudest achievement. A message arrived from adult Silara, now grown into a magnificent crystal being whose songs could heal injuries and cure diseases across multiple species. Dear Papa Kim, the message began, I am now a doctor like you. I use the gifts you helped me develop to save other children who need help. I have learned human medical techniques to combine with my Velkari abilities. Next month, I am opening the first Velkari Human Medical Center on our homeworld. We will treat patients from across the galaxy using the methods you pioneered. I want to continue the work you started, proving that impossible cases can have possible solutions. Thank you for refusing to give up on me when everyone else said there was no hope. Thank you for showing the galaxy that humans never stop trying to help when someone needs them. The message ended with a video of Silara singing a special song she had composed. The harmonic patterns were incredibly complex and beautiful. As her crystal voice filled the air, the recording showed sick patients throughout her medical center, beginning to heal and recover. This song is my gift to you, Papa Kim, she said. It contains all the love and gratitude of a daughter whose life was saved by human kindness and determination. Hyunwoo played the recording for his colleagues at their weekly meeting. When Silara's healing song finished, every person in the room was smiling through their tears. This is why we do what we do, Dalho said softly. Not for fame or recognition, but for moments like this. One child saved becomes a healer who saves thousands more, Yunbi added. The ripple effects of compassion spread throughout the galaxy. As Hyunwoo looked around the room at his human colleagues and alien friends, he realized that they had accomplished something greater than just saving one baby's life. They had proven that different species could work together to achieve the impossible. They had shown the galaxy that hope and determination could overcome any challenge, and they had demonstrated the most important truth about humanity. When someone needs help, humans will never stop trying to provide it. The story of little Silara would be told for generations across hundreds of worlds, inspiring future doctors and healers to never give up on seemingly hopeless cases. Because sometimes, just sometimes, impossible problems have possible solutions. You just have to be human enough to keep trying until you find them.